Hey Sunshines, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liza Jane, and some of you may also know me as Liza Locks. Today I need to decorate 10 custom locks that I made for a customer, and I thought it would be fun to take you guys along for the ride and show you exactly what I do to decorate them. My customers have the choice if they'd like me to decorate them or not. Of course, they are babies. They will need to take off the decorations. I prefer before they wash them so that they feel good, they look good right from the start. They can always put them back in. But more than anything, I want to show them that they were made just for them. They have the decorations at hand so they can recreate it, and it makes it special when it comes to their house. Here we go. I'm going to show you some of the things I like to do. Things that you might want on hand. I like to have wire. Now this one's a little bit thicker because it doesn't say the size anymore. I have a thinner one and I have a thicker one. This is gold, this is rose gold. Because she shared with me what colors she loves, we're gonna center on that. She said turquoise and pink. So I have set these aside. I've also set aside a lot of beads and charms that I think she would love. We probably won't use all of these, but they are there for when I'm creating. I like to just have a mass amount of things that I can use and choose from. I also have some faux suede, and we're going to use that for texture. When you have the different textures like this, it adds dimension. Of course, I always throw my signature fly birdie with a set if they want them decorated, and let's get to it. Okay, so I have everything set up. Here are my perfectly imperfect extensions. I have embroidery thread that she was wanting, all her little gems. I'm going to show you a trick I do. This comes from the craft store. I just wanted to show you what I do with these because I've had a couple people ask me where I got them from. And I simply just try to change it. I use my lighter and I change the wood. You can go as crazy on this as you want. I love these big fat beads. I know there's people that really do amazing work with beads and burning. I am not one of them. I am just a girl that got these at the craft store in a bundle and wanted to do something a little different with them. Careful, don't burn yourself. It does get hot, but there is one bead. I'm going to put that in. I like to kind of decide where I'm going to put different beads, and I know this one is going to need a thicker one, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Now when you have flowy ends, if you never knew this secret before, you can simply double up where it's thicker so that you're not having a hard time getting over all the little tiny hairs. So you double that up. I'm going to go ahead and pull that on there. So there is that, and then I'm just gonna try to decide what exactly I want where. Now when you're doing these things, if you want a look like I create, what I try to do is to have the different textures so that it gives your eyes something to be looking at, that there's so much dimension that almost people don't know where to look, and neither do you. So I think I'm gonna choose this one. Now length, I just guess, you guys. If it's too long, I cut it. If it's too short, oh well. And I am gonna go ahead, and all I'm doing is wrapping that around a few times. Not make it perfect, because what fun is that? Okay. And then I'm gonna take a charm. I'm gonna take this big feather. Actually, you know what? I'm not, because this bead's already going to be a little bit heavy, so we're going to stick with something a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go for this. Now, because she said that she likes turquoise and pink, I don't want everything just turquoise and pink. I love the different variations of pinks and turquoises just to add a little bit of flair. And again, I'm not making this a perfect X's going all the way down. We're having fun with it. We are making it our own and stylish. And then all you're gonna do is knot this up at the bottom many times as you want, and then I cut off the ends. So this one I will leave just like that. This is jute, super cheap. And I think I will add a little turquoise to it. I don't know if you can tell, but these extensions have 2 different blondes in it. It's kind of fun. It's gonna go down. All you're doing is going around and making X's. You're just crisscrossing them. And I love the 2 different, I love the embroidery thread and the jute because totally different textures. And it really does make a difference to have that. We are gonna just tie this one off. I will go ahead and add a couple beads. I wanna change it up. Now, I used to be afraid of using silver and gold and rose gold, using them all together, but it actually works really well. It's just more interesting. Same as adding 2 different style beads. It's just a little tiny cheapy plastic turquoise bead, but it's a lot of fun. There is that. Have a lot of beads that are small, and I used to not know what to do with those. I'd be like, shoot, you know, you'd order them online. You're like, shoot, they're too little to do anything with, or not be able to use them on my fly birdies. But now, I'm like, I can use those still. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your little bit of wire. This is a very thin one, but what you can do is you can make a little creation on your wire. Let's see, I think we'll actually do a couple little silvers, maybe the turquoise, silver, and then maybe even a couple big guys. How about a gold? So you have those on there, and then what you're gonna do is you're just going to, now remember, I don't make jewelry, I don't claim to make jewelry, but all I'm doing is putting that wire right around that first one so it stays put. I'm sure there's a better, easier way of doing it. I'm sure I could learn on YouTube. It's not that drastic, you guys. This is gonna work for our dreads. It's gonna work for these customs. So I just wrap it around there. And then I'm gonna take it to a lock. And all I'm gonna do is wrap it around the lock. But there you have your little long bead that comes down, and you created it. It's one of a kind. I think it's super pretty and just really fun. So you can play off that. We could do more to this one. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the middle. Oh, that wasn't filming. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use gold on this one because I think I want a little bit thicker because I wanna make it look like it's chained on there. I'm sure real jewelry makers are probably rolling their eyes at me because obviously I'm probably doing things the silliest way ever, but it works. I've just wrapped that wire around there. Then I'm gonna take these 2. I'm gonna put it on the bottom of this. I'm gonna kind of give it the chained look around that pink. I've just wrapped that wire around. If it pokes out a little more, turn it in. We've added that pink in there that she was wanting. Why don't you sit back and watch, and I'll do a little less talking and a little more creating. I also have to remind myself not to do too much because I don't want them to look gaudy. However, I do believe, you know, like with her for this instance, she has a whole bunch. She has an entire head of locks. So this isn't going to look crazy on her. She's adding them for length. And so even if she put these in right away and wore all these, they're going to be scattered about. But, you know, it's up to you how much you want to do and how much you don't want to do. All of mine hopefully have a beachy, bohemian kind of feel to them. And I think that if you've asked me to make you customs, that's kind of what you're looking for. And I always make sure, I always say, you know, my work is perfectly imperfect. It's not perfect. You want perfect locks, I can tell you where to go, but mine are definitely not perfect. And then I know that she wanted a shell, so I for sure have to add that. So I had a lot left over that I thought I might use. It's okay. I'm not going to use them all. I just put more than I needed in front of me so that I had, you know, plenty to go around, kind of the vibe I was trying to go with. So my hope is that I've given you some ideas that you can do with your locks. I tried to create a lot of different variations with this set just so that you could see them. I much appreciate my customer who I asked if I had permission to use hers to show some different ways and different ideas that everyone could decorate their locks. And she said, absolutely. So I really appreciate her letting me create and just show many ways that you can have fun with your extensions or your own locks. This doesn't have to be pre-made extensions that you're doing these on. These can be on your little noggin, of course. Show you with the fly birdie. So I thought this might be a really good time to show my extension tray off. I've had a lot of people ask me about it, and I don't want to keep it a secret what I have done. It makes your life so much easier, and if you're making extensions for yourself or you want to create them for other people, this may help you out. For me, it is great. I can move it from my house to my mom's house to the backyard to the bed. It can go anywhere with me. It actually came from my mom. She was simply getting rid of a TV tray, and I had been trying to think of something I could work on extensions would make it easier on my body and travel, and she wasn't even thinking of that when she offered me this TV tray, but at the time I was like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect. So I'm going to show you the back. It is actually a TV tray, which makes it really nice. You can use the legs or not. This is the base for a light that can attach to this, so I can work in, you know, less light around the house. I prefer just as much light as possible when I'm working on extensions. I do like the edges. So if you have a TV tray or you start to look for one, I do prefer these edges all the way around because I can put my needle down there. It's not going to fall. I can put my scissors down there, which helps because if you make extensions, you know that sometimes you're like, where'd my needle go? Where are my scissors? I don't always remember to use it, which would be a lot handier. Then there is this part that you actually place the extensions into. This is the part that my stepdad worked so hard on. He attached it here, and then there's this board, comes on and off. You may have noticed this is new. So I used to have nothing on here, and they could slide through if I gave a little pull to the extensions. So this is just like drawer foam, you know, that you would line your drawer with, and I just have it attached there so it doesn't slip, and ever since adding it, it's been awesome. This is just a washer and a screw. I can do about 8 to 10 extensions in here at a time, but this has been a lifesaver for me, very helpful. If you are going to be creating them, a lot of them for yourself or for others, this might come in really handy for you. So I just wanted to show you the deets on that. Show you how beautiful this would look on locks if you added them to it. I am the most non-crafty person, so if I can come up with this stuff, so can you. I just hope to give you the power that you can make beautiful things that you see in other people's locks that you want. You can totally do this at home with your locks, with what you have around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, please subscribe to my channel. I do upload every Monday and Thursday. Also, come say hi to me on Instagram, Liza_locks. I hope that if you can, you are staying home and you are staying safe. See you soon, you guys.